Never hunted? I've hunted before. The Wildy. Name one hunter. You wouldn't know him. He goes to a different hunting ground. Goes to a different wolf spawning area. You wouldn't get it. Right? Alright. We're playing some blue-black Doomsday Excruciator. What a hard word to pronounce. This deck sort of functions as a control deck with a combo finish. The game plan is to put Doomsday Excruciator into play. You might not be able to see that. And have both players' libraries be 6 or less cards. And then you kind of mill them out with Restless Reef when you attack, Insatiable Avarice, making them draw 3 cards and lose 3 life. Yeah. Hopefully this deck also isn't shit. And in the sideboard, we got some cards in the grindy matchup, some discard, some anti-graveyard stuff. This deck sucks. What? We haven't even started. You can't say this deck sucks. Haven't even played the first land. Relax. Did Larson face Cub with this deck? I assume so. Okay. What a fucking picture. Let's read this. This. Ribbit. All right. Let's see what you're twerking with. Nope. You think Moonshadow isn't remotely playable? You ever seen this card Bloodthorn Flail before? I've never seen this card before in my life. Ever. I might just make this a 4/4. You played it at pre-release? Okay, fucking congrats. But he doesn't know any hunters, but fucking plays his pre-releases. Alright. I think this is a pretty... I will say, I don't know if this blue-black deck is actually good, but the combo of this thing plus Deceit, absolutely bananas. There's Menace, right? Yeah, okay. I guess I should be milling myself. I have the... what's the flashback card called? Flage. Yeah, I have Flage. Arc Enemy Charm. What is Arc Enemy? I don't know what that card does. I have no idea what that card does. Turn 1 or 2 target creatures or planeswalker cards. Oh, well, we mailed it, so. No, I have the Winter Night Stories. Why'd I cut the Spider-Man from the Pro Tour deck? Don't like Spider-Man. Hate him. That was cool, thanks. Ah. Ah. Am I ever just cutting the combo? I feel like I've never actually cast these cards. House. Thanks for resubscribing with Prime. Any primers in chat? Bought him the best card? Yeah, I bought him for the best card. You wouldn't bought him for the best card? Congrats on your finish at the Pro Tour, House. I don't really want to take a bunch more damage. We're just gonna kill this now. How does it feel to play against the greatest card of all time, Bloodthorn Flail? I didn't know this card existed. Did you know this card existed? I had not a clue. Not a singular clue. Why did Naughty Decks have Bloodthorn Flail? It equips for free? True. Why didn't they? It is pretty interesting. Maybe an oversight? Okay. Your turn. Any plans to try Zevin Foss blue-white deck? Maybe. I haven't thought about it much. Blue, blue, black, black. Infinite removal. Alright. I just have to take the creature, unfortunately. It's hard for them to enable this. Okay. Deal. Sure. It's annoying. So 5 mana. Ouchie. So we have to put a removal spell on top of our library. Probably this then, I guess. Hey, that's not bad. Alright, your turn. Okay. Hey, we're gonna mill something good here. One or two target creature cards or planeswalkers. Into. That's a combo. Another monument. You draw a land. I guess you can just equip again and make a treasure. Hit the elf. I did LCQN, yeah. Luckily. I managed to LCQN. I don't have to LCQN on the Friday for Vancouver. Six. Or your flight? Probably decide to go now. Yeah, it might be. Might be. I mean, I guess you don't have to. Let me take this. Two inties. 4 blood ghasts. Alright. I don't think they can win this game. Well, they can win this game, but certainly not going to be easy. Are you eating mad chicken wings? Yeah, you will. How's an LCQ if there are future days you can qualify? Well, it just means that if you miss, like that's your last chance. You don't have any other chances, you know? Like it doesn't matter if there's more days you can qualify. I should not duress them. That seems ill-advised. Last chance. Except for the other. All right, let's see what you're working with. Let's see it. Show me the goods. Right. This one. Does this deck play Cavern now? Which deck? Oh, I haven't updated deck list. Fuck. Deadly cover up. Hardly know her. I'm taking a lot of dammy. What just happened? Anybody up stocking up? I'm just supposed to take another stock up. Probably don't want the second one of these. Why not a Doomsday? What? Why not a Doomsday what? What are you saying? My deck. Oh, I don't know if it plays Cavern. Don't ask me questions. Maybe I'm supposed to take the full bore, but they only play 2 explorers. I feel like I thought they would play more. Right. I was supposed to take the full bore? I feel like that 2/4 is pretty important, no? Uh-huh. Val's reducing the chance they draw a land. Yeah, if I don't kill it, there's a lot of added value to that though, right? Chatting. I guess I'm not that surprised, but that was kind of surprising, I guess. I guess Analyze the Pollen like always kills me, or Quantum Riddler just draws them a card. Like if they draw full bore, we just die to it. So I should just take Analyze. Want to see me do it again? There's the full bore. So I'd probably have to take the full bore. I give them one draw step. No, they could draw another stock up or consult. Whereas if they draw exactly Quantum Riddler, it's not that big of a deal. We can just kill it. This deck's annoying. I don't know if it's good, but it's certainly very annoying. Yeah. I think I'm just going to draw 3 cards though. Alright. Well, we have a game plan. The combo of Deceit plus this Spider-Man is crazy. I will like it's just very strong. I think they're supposed to I guess it doesn't matter that much. Turn up to one target, not land permanent. I don't really want to go to 8, just because they have burst lightning. Yep. Alright, like I said, I don't want to... Oh, they have a spell period. Forgot about the spell period. I mean, I think I'm doing this anyways. Maybe I'm not supposed to draw 3 cards last turn. Should have thought about this a bit more. I probably should play this deck a bit more. This is the first time I played it, and it is kind of fun, but I'm not entirely sure if it's actually good or anything. But it is. I'm doing a lot of fun things, which is very funny. I have to take this. Oh, I mean, that's pretty good too. Oh, it's I thought it was, for some reason I thought it was Fabled Passage. It is not Fabled Passage. Alright. Alright, now I think we're pretty far ahead. Drawing the creature discard spell is pretty nice there. Just take the Diddler. We're so much more likely to die, because they can just bossing, say, a land, and then warp that creature, burst lightning my blocker, and I think kill me. The Cavero tag is pretty good. Yeah, I mean, that is really strong. Like, evoking Deceit and then Cavero on turn 4. I think, like, it just adds a lot of value to, like, control decks. Oh, did you draw the full bore? You ripped. Alright. Yeah. Sure. I probably fucked that game up somehow, but... My riddling? Didn't need to surveil, it's just always on top. Cover up seems meh. I think if I just cover up, like let's say, maybe this is weird, but let's say like, here we are. If I duress this full bore and then I 5 mana cover up, nothing on board and just get rid of the full bore, I think I just gain a lot of value. Like maybe that's weird, but real land. So if I cast this next turn, just take this then. Goes Harmonizer and exile all of them. Well, they're not going to put Harmonizer into play as a creature. Just bear and allow me to cover up. Right? That's not how this deck works. So, like, it doesn't actually kill a Harmonizer. But my plan is to play this as a control deck and slow the game down. If that's the case and I get to a bunch of mana and it's 5 mana, like, shut down the combo, I think it's fine. Maybe it's not very good, but I don't know. If you kill a single one and wrath the empty board. Oh, yeah. No, that's just sort of the idea. Can they kill me next turn? It's pretty hard, right? Unless they have full bore. Full bore plus passage works. It has to be fetch land plus full bore though, right? Because they need it untapped. Oh, what is this? I don't know if I've ever seen this card before. Fully sideboard. It mills you after your combo. Don't I go to 6 cards and then I draw 2, and if it mills 4, like, does that matter? It matters because Reef only mills 4. I don't understand. It doesn't seem like it matters. I'm like, it seems like I understand it, but it's not. Something's missing. You know? You mill 4, draw 2, they mill 4, draw 2, and you lose first. Yeah, no, I understand. I lose first, but at the same time, like, I don't know. Maybe it's the best they have, or like, it just seems like you're better off playing a stifle effect or something. Alright, show me full bore, I guess. I guess you don't have any lands. So full bore doesn't even do that much. I will say that, like, I mean, this kills me if they find full bore fetch land. But I don't know if they have it all. This card is like fixed grief, and I will say that, like, this card might be too good for standard. But I would say this is like, if I had to, like, if you could rank cards at a power level based on like formats, I would say like this is like a pioneer power level. I would say, like, it might be too good for standard. It might just be fine for standard. It also, like, it doesn't go into every deck. Like that elementals deck, it like was missing. It needed some help. But it is very strong. Standard plus something, yeah, yeah. Like Corey Steelcutter, I think is definitely too strong for standard. I don't think it's too strong for pioneer. But I don't think it's like too good for modern either. You know? If I had a devious cover up here, it'd be pretty strong. Is Doomsday the worst card in the deck? It might be. I'm really bad at playing decks like this. Because I'm terminally mid-range brained, you know? So, like, it might also be that, like, I'm just doing things wrong. You know? I can taunt him into casting it. No, it's pretty bad to cast it here, right? Just have to wait. You are mid or that you have no range? Neither. I just prefer to play mid-range decks because I am the best at those ones. Is there a fling? The fling is a target, right? What happened to that thing? Did they cast it? Or did I exile it? I guess... I don't remember what happened. With tactics. Oh, right now? Did I just do that? No, I did that last year. Oh man, I've just associated, I guess. Alright, well, we're just gonna kill them with lethal. I guess I could even eat something out of their graveyard, eh? I don't really need to deceive them. This card's crazy. Like, this card, like... I thought it was good before, but... 4 mana reanimated creature... Get all its... It's not even like... It's like, if it was a 1/1 for 4 mana, and it had an ETB trigger... And it didn't have, like, all the cast stuff... Like, it's just so strong. And they could, like, do, like, a few things to make it so it's not, like... I don't know. It seems like as it enters, it copies something from the graveyard. It's just very strong. But it was good with Reanimator before, right? Like, it was the backbone of those Reanimator cards. You know what I mean? Unplayable because they had 3 mana Reanimator spell. Right, but even though, like, I don't think those decks were bad because they had a 3-mana reanimate spell. Or you're saying the thing they had before was a 3-mana reanimator spell. I mean, like, the alternate in standard is like what else is there, you know? Like, this is just so strong for what there is. Like, it's a 4/4 with an ETB, but the ETB can be like anything. Like, I don't know, it just seems like really strong. I also think that there's going to be an issue. Maybe not. If there isn't right now, I think there probably is for these RCs. Spider-Man was like a super unopened set because it sucked, right? It's going to be hard to find these cards. I also don't know what the card in real life is called. I don't know the name of this card in real life. If you asked me, I couldn't tell you. Superior Spider-Man. I'll take your word for it. Because it was a decent body. Yeah, it seems fine in a lot of matchups, right? Whenever a creature you control or a creature spell you control, it's only creatures, it's not opponents. Like, to reiterate, I know I'm going on about it, but this was a 1/1. Like, this for 2 mana isn't that strong, but it was a 1/1. This Bitter Triumph is going to be a 2/1. Like, I get to interact with the Sirach if I want to, like, kill it. But now I just get to, like, hold up removal, Kavaro on curve, and just get the benefit of, like, having this as a 2-drop on curve. Like, there's not many spells in Magic that are like this, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know how to explain it. So they analyze the pollen. It's gonna take this. It also target the opponent's graveyard. Yeah, it doesn't target, right? That's the other thing. It's like as it enters. Yeah. So like it like beats Ghost Vacuum. It's annoying for things like Soul Guide Lantern. Interesting that they're hitting their graveyard and not the Sirach is another thing. Like, I could copy a Sirach. It's a good card, we get it. Okay, my bad. I'm just continually surprised at how good it is, you know? What did you just ask? Does the opponent asking what's the creature meter resolves in comp REL is does takes these, but what do you, that's not a sentence. Are you asking if it passes the Cabal Therapy trick? If they ask what creature you're copying, it means it resolves, yeah. Similar to Cabal Therapy. If you tell them a creature, I'm pretty sure that means it resolves. They can't be like, oh, I'm going to counter it then. I don't think that's allowed. But I'm not a judge. Don't quote me on that. See you later, innovator. Bro, who knows? I think if so, again, I'm not a judge. My line is if somebody gains info and it influences their decision, then they can't be taken back. If a judge ever rules that my opponent, like let's say my opponent goes, "What are you naming?" and I say, "Oh, X," and I go to resolve the ability of an ETB, and they go, "I want to counter." And they go, "Oh no, I want to take it back," and the judge allows them, I would be very upset. I would be making a huge stink about it because my opponent gained a lot of info from asking that question. And if that is just like, there's a few things I understand in Magic, like the idea of somebody saying like, okay, doesn't always mean like if somebody goes, okay, and then like pauses and then acts like they're going to counter something. I understand that that's just like it's not a posturing thing, but it's like a thing that people do. It doesn't mean that they're like trying to bait me or whatever. But the like, I don't know. I think that would be way too much. Oh boy. They have Harmonizer, Escape Tunnel, this thing. I think that's okay. I'm fine with making this trade. I'm just gonna suspend this. And we drew it anyways, cool. I like Spider Sense. I bought them early. Spider Sense was one of the cards that I thought like was my top 5 cards for the Spider-Man set. Spider-Man even dodges Spider Sense. Oh yeah, because it's not a trigger. You can counter the trigger ability though. But that's what I mean, right? Like if it was like a just a body that had an ETB, like Torpor would shut it off. You could stifle the ability. It's also like, it also just is a 4/4. Like it being a 4/4 for 4, like if it being a Wendy's combo is crazy. I feel like someone who is asking that, trying to get me to reveal info, don't have the answer until it does a resolve is yes. Well, if they're asking for info, then we're past the point where you can back up, is sort of like the point of it all. And sometimes like, sometimes people will ask questions for info just because they want info, right? Like it is part of the game of Magic to like ask questions for info because I'm just gonna copy the Riddler. I don't think I can lose. I could actually probably find a way, but okay, we know they have a fetch. I didn't mean to click that, but oh no, it did it. I don't know if it's a mouse thing or if it's a Moto thing, but there's like a double click problem I keep having. Probably my mouse. Oh, I even have an extra mana. Okay, your turn. Very common to shortcut saying Spider-Man resolves by asking what is being copied, so I would think the question would have to mean it resolved. Yeah. These I played. I will be mulliganing this. I was playing Steel Cutter, and I got paired into, I think it was Omni. My opponent was rather new. I know this because she told me. She had the spell that was counter target 1 mana spell. It was Fixed Mental Misstep. In her and I went to gift, like I cast Into the Flood Maw with gift, and she countered it, and she was like, I gave her a fish, and then she was like, oh, actually I'm gonna counter that, and I was like, okay, well, you don't get the fish then, and I like took the token back. She's like, no, I think I get to keep the fish token, and I was like, you don't. And she's like, okay, well, I'm like, no, we can call it judge, it's okay. And the judge ruled that she got to keep the fish because it was paying an additional cost, like in order to cast this spell you have to sacrifice a creature or something. And I waited for the judge to finish, and I was like, no, I want to appeal. I don't think that's how that works. I didn't get upset. I was very close to getting upset. I'll tell you what. I tell you what. Did the judge really say keep the fish? Yeah. They were like an L1. I don't know if it was their first RC, but the rules that they read said it was an added additional cost. So when it went to when it goes to cast a spell, you choose what additional cost, and then you choose when that spell goes on the stack. So if you're choosing to use that as an additional cost and it gets countered, you still have to pay the additional costs. Similar to like sacrificing a creature to pay the spell the cost of a spell. And I was like, I was just like, I'm just gonna appeal. As the spell resolves. Yeah, I know. That's why I was like, I'm not gonna argue with this floor judge. I'm just gonna find the head judge or whatever. I'm just gonna shove with this for one more turn because it puts them to 12, and then if I Doomsday Executioner, even if they kill this land before I attack with it, the following turn, this attacks for 12, and I should be able to kill them before they kill me. I'd rather appeal to a higher authority than admit a woman is correct. No, this judge wasn't a woman. But also, like, I don't know if you've obviously never been to a competitive level event before. But the judges always tell you, don't argue with the floor judge if you think the ruling is wrong. Just say you think that you disagree and you want to appeal. Sure. Depends on how bad the ruling is. Some stuff can't slide. No, that's just why you appeal. That's just why you say, I'm going to appeal. There's, like, not only is it, like, let me put it this way. Let's say you are right? Like, I was right in this circumstance. If I start arguing with the floor judge, It doesn't matter. The head judge is just going to rule in my favor either way, right? Because they're there to uphold the rules. But if I start arguing with the floor judge, I'm like wasting time. I'm more likely to get an unsportsmanlike. And it's more likely that the like judges just don't want to be judges anymore because I'm being rude. Or they don't like me. Not that they're gonna rule differently based on if they like me, but there's no point to just like be an asshole, you know what I mean? Have you ever been to a PTQ and appeal and the judge says I'm the head judge? I've heard that, but I've usually only heard it when people are wrong. I ask if there's another judge that I can... That's never happened for me, where somebody's been like, I'm the head judge. Can I speak to the senior head judge? I'm like, well, sometimes there's an appeals judge. Sometimes there's a head judge, and then sometimes there's an appeals judge. And so you can, like, if there's an appeals judge, you can, you can be like, can I speak to the head judge or can I speak to the appeals judge, depending on what one you're not talking to. How's this card read? Yeah, I think I'm just supposed to pass. A card on their lap called the judge. The amount of cards math didn't add up and the ruling was played on despite that. I just packed up. That is wild. Is there just listen to a judge give the absolute wrong ruling? I have, yeah. That's happened a few times. Well, a few times it's been like at least like 3 or 4, but yeah. I've stopped the judge afterwards and been like, you should just go get the head judge. Or I've been like, it actually happened. When did it happen? What does this cost? 2 for deceit. To replot it. And this is airbent, right? This is plotted. That one's airbented. Airbended. Surprised that resolved. Watch a match and because the player counter activation with spider sense. That's crazy. I don't know if I can resist the harvester -2/-2. I want a harvester -2/-2. This is the thing. Like as long as that spell snare's in their hand, I can't cast this bitter triumph. Maybe I'm supposed to though. I just think it's better to hold it for the plot creature. Opponent's chatting. They played a land we didn't know about. Sick. I think the hand they kept was also pretty bad though, but so they have the bird. These are probably pretty bad against the bird. I also don't think I'm supposed to have this in my deck. Dubbird. Maybe Moto could use phrase emotes too? You wouldn't believe it. They have some. I've cut this card a lot. I don't think I'm supposed to cut it this much. Maybe I can just cut one. I guess having it in my deck is like worth it. Maybe MTGO or Moto needs anime avatars. Aren't there anime like what would you consider like Final Fantasy if not an anime avatar Moto thing? Can you type an FF emote into Moto chat? No. Nor would I want to though. So it's not like it's a thing I'm missing out on. It's not like this might be controversial and maybe if you get offended by this, just take a moment, just understand where I'm coming from. I don't want emotes on Moto. S-Pig is funny. I don't want FF emotes. I know that Magic's become Fortnite-ified, but I want my boomer Excel spreadsheet program to not be Fortnite-ified. Can you guys relax? Stop typing exclamation point cancel. I know we don't get a lot of new people in here, but if there ever was a new person in here, they'd be like, wow, everybody just wants this guy canceled. Two Door Cinema really made their whole personality around that one pedal effect. Yeah. Are they British? They feel British to me. I don't know anything. I just feel like this is just like not quite Arctic Monkeys, bad British music, you know? Thanks for reminding me that we should skip that song. No emotes? This guy fucking sucks. They're Irish. Oh, I'm sorry for calling them British. That's on me. Oh. Okay. I guess we're like kind of soft locked. That's the point of this, I guess. It went 3-0 on your draft pod day one of the Pro Tour. Are you proud of me? Yeah, congrats. That's a nice run. How'd you finish in the event? Will you play Fortnite to use the Chappelle Roan skins? No. Thank you for your question. Were you at SCG Baltimore like 2 years ago when Two Door Cinema played like a mile from the convention center? I was there. I did not go see them. I didn't know that happened. That's crazy. It's kind of funny. Can they make red mana? They can probably make red mana somehow, right? All right, I assume they have the bird. They don't. We'll tap the Ang. Yeah, I won that. I won that SCG. Deshaun is Tidebinder. Okay. Well, we do have a block here now. That was such a miserable event, man. I felt so shitty afterwards. I was so exhausted the following day. But you had to go to Baltimore. It wasn't that bad. I didn't mind Baltimore. That might kill me. I wonder how aggressive they'll get here. I don't have a... Do I have a way to... Oh, I have the charm? Okay, yeah, I mean... This kills me. Oh, we're pumping? Oh, I guess they're just dying no matter what. Yeah. I don't think I have outs. Oh, I found the charm. I mean, if I block here, I take 2. I go to 2. We charm. Yeah, whatever. I probably should be cutting this, actually. Hello, Sean. How are you? The greatest city on earth. Have you been to Secaucus, New Jersey? I don't know where Grand Prix New Jersey 2017 or 2018. Maybe it was 2016. A buddy of mine top 8'd it. The one that Corey Baumeister top 8'd and Ben Friedman won. You don't want to play Orb? I just don't think Orb is really good. Maybe I should be playing Orb, but... Like, it shuts off the bird and it shuts off Tashana's, but I feel like I can just play through those cards. Oh, I guess it shuts off Aang. I feel like I really only want Orb for the Elementals matchup. Almost certainly was in Secaucus. Yeah, I don't remember much about where that event was. I guess I could always just rip it on top land. I just remember going to it. A buddy of mine wanted to drive. It was like a 9-hour drive-ish, I want to say. And he like was doing pretty well with pro points that year, so he wanted to like keep playing as many events as he could. And then he top 8'd the event and we left, and then he drove for like 9 hours all the way back, and I was like, That's fucked. Imagine doing that now. Game 3 seem. Yeah, I don't think my opponent. I will not make any comments, but. I mean, I already paid the 3 life. If they're paying attention, they'll just know I have it. Oh, I guess I'm just casting it. I was thinking about maybe I should discard the Harvester of Mystery, but. Being nice, I'm so proud of you. Smile. If I take the Avarice. Like, I kind of want to take the Deceit. If we brick on a land, we can Avarice. Just hope they don't have Bird or Ang. I guess Avarice is not very good with Ang. Against Ang. Or Bird, for that matter. If it was Toxic Thursday, things might be different. I just don't think it's that big of a deal to say that my opponent is playing poorly sometimes. Not that that's happening at this moment, but... And how about you? You can pay spree cost. I know I can, but it just costs a lot more, right? It's just like, it's just bad mana value. The funny thing, and also cool thing about Deceit, is that it's 2 triggers. So you can Deshaun as Tidebinder one of them, but not both. I mean, there's nothing on board, so it doesn't matter. But if they have Deshaun as here, just like... I wonder if I should just... If I should play my 6-drop or just attack with the lands. Because they could have so many things to just kind of like, quote-unquote, out-tempo me here. Like, the Seam Rip is just always going to be dead. Can it target itself? One other. Okay, so you can't go infinite with it. Could you imagine if you could just, like flip it? I guess you can't, unless you also pay the... And then 6 mana... 6 mana, recast it. So you have 8 mana, double discard on your opponent. Probably not very good. What's the phrase for, like, when you have too many options, you can't figure out what the best one is? Like, when you, like, abundance of options. Maybe they had to pee during sideboard. Maybe. Analysis paralysis. Embarrassment of riches. Spider-Man meme.jpg. We're even playing the Spider-Man in our deck. Missing lands. You have a Stories and an Avarice. Their hand's pretty bad. I'm supposed to take the Avarice. Charm land. I don't think I'm supposed to take Charm land. I have to be careful with how I discard these, I think. Because if they have the Spider-Man card, I might just play this Harvester as a 5/4 also. Yeah. Does he not know if he discards a creature, he doesn't have to discard two? Yeah, but I don't want to discard a creature. I hope they discard the Doomsday guy, then I can cover up Doomsday, and I think I'm very far ahead. Yeah, cover up does do a lot of work here. They discarded Harvester, cover up. I think I'm just gonna try and set this up to hit their hand. Double stock up. This mirror's gotta be weird, eh? Maybe I'm supposed to make them discard Doomsday Excruciator and then just try and deadly cover up the next turn. Although I think if they jam a Doomsday, we're like favored to win. They Doomsday, you get first swing, so is it even bad? No, I don't think so. But I mean, if I take a Doomsday, I don't think they like it's a lot harder for them to win, right? Like if there was a way for them to win, it would require the Doomsday card. They played a land we didn't know about. Like if they take my Doomsday here and cover up me afterwards. I mean, I guess it depends on. Like we know because they played a land we didn't know about. This is why you should match your lands. What'd they take? They took cover up. Interesting. They have their own charm. So they just like can't Doomsday here. Right? Like I have to take cover up or I have to take charm. I mean, they can Doomsday if they're exact. No, even if they have, yeah, they just lose. Okay. Interesting that they took cover up. I guess like it's that or harvester because I have doubles of everything. Well, no, if you take Doomsday and I grief you, I'm forced to take cover up afterwards, which is better. Like you can Archmage's charm. I think you're supposed to take one of the Doomsdays. Can only Doomsday if they have enough mana to Reef and Avarice on the same turn. Yeah, because it's not enough damage, right? And they don't. So, like, if they cover up and hit my Deceit... Do I draw a card if that happens? Yeah. I mean, maybe that's their plan. Is hit my Deceit. I guess I could have double Deceated them, but... I think if I put this into play, it's, like, better. Like, it forces them to cover up. I also draw a card. Like, it's not like this is just... I just lose a card. Alright. Nice. They played an Undercity Sewers. Or 20. Alright. We actually, if they Doomsday, we have lethal. We get to Avarice them and attack with the land. That was the one card that I was worried about them drawing. Because I thought they could Doomsday me, but this is also very fine. Yeah. What would you do if they Doomsday? I'd win the game, yeah, probably. They took Avarice. They discarded Arbiter of Mysteries. They played the land we knew about. Alright, let's see what you're working with. Alright. 1, 2, 3, 6. Tomorrow. Don't really have anything good. I guess there's the Risen Reef. I can double activate. No, I can't double activate. If they go to 5, I attack. They Doomsday me. Might be kind of cooked here. We Doomsday and then cover up and exile the rest of their library. How do we cover up? If I Kavara a Restless Reef, it's a copy of a land, right? Oh, it's not a creature, right? I keep forgetting that this card is not a clone. It's different. Oh, I can't do that. Oops. Well, you don't know I have the Doomblade in my hand. All right. Oh, they have the recording hex. I can just reactivate, but then I can't Doomblade theirs. They don't have enough. Take 10. They have... That's pretty good. Right? If I take Avarice... Yeah. We Triumph Reap before attacks and double Reap the following turn? I think so, yeah. That is the plan, right? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They have Deceit, Hex. Yeah, I think they lose. Deceit. And that's 3. These are swamps. Oh, these are watery graves. Okay. So not only do they lose a card from their library, but they draw a card too. But they do have double Hex in their library. Well, in their top, whatever. Did it not? Does it not keep? What was their hand? Oh wait, no, I know. Okay, never mind. I'm fucking lost, I guess. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, so we can double activate. They drew the Deceit. They drew a Watery Grave. Why are we wasting our time? You just lose, right? I didn't miscount? No. Okay. What a game. What a game. You think it's meta to like cut the Doomsday Excruciators? And just like... You cut 2 demon? Leave 1 in? Leave the foil in so I can feel when it pops up. Should play Orb. Should I? I'm boarding in Quantum Riddler. Cutting Harvesters. Yeah, I mean, I thought about cutting these. Like, these are probably better than... I wanted to leave in the hexes because they hit the land some amount of the time. Cover up's pretty nice. Yeah, I was thinking that too. But, I don't know. Cut your bitter tries for spell pierces. I guess I could do this. I don't want to bring an orb. I hate Torpor Orb. I really think that Torp Orb is just for the Elementals deck. Maybe I'm wrong. I think if it's not just for the Elementals deck, there should be like a full clip of them, you know? There should be like at least 3 or 4. I had an opponent openly say they thought I was cheating with them. I opened an Ashling in my sealed pool last weekend, and it felt thick. It wasn't that bad, but they mulled to 6. What up, Jebby? How are you? Feels more for the banned airbending. Oh, true. It's also really good against banned airbending. Thank you for resubscribing. 9 months in a row. 11 total months. Wow. What up, what up, what up, what up, what up? How's your Wednesday? Grief me. Grief me. What are we taking? I think Elements would sooner board Torp Orb for this matchup than Demon do it. Maybe. I feel like the Elementals deck just like, if there's a Torp Orb in play, it's just like so cold to it, but maybe not. Took a Cavarro. We'll duress first. Okay, well, drawing the second duress is nice. Do I care if they exile one of these spells? Not really, because they have a Deceit here. All right. Sure. They just make 2 mana fatties, and you can't do the demon thing, which is what they lose to. That is fair. They played a Watery Grave. Alright, no cards. Oh. I forgot it was my turn 4. This gameplay is why you subscribe. I feel like this gameplay would be like, why would people they would unsubscribe or they would not subscribe in the first place? 1 card and you just cast Stock Up. Alright, let's see it. Thank you for resubscribing with Prime. I appreciate it. Can I gift a card with it? I can just make them. I can just take both. Sure. They have Deadly Cover Up card. Alright, well, we need to flashback this Winter Night Stories now. I don't think we can lose. That was a pretty good sequence, eh? Like, make them discard, play the card, draw 2. They have to spend a card to wrath their own Quantum Riddler that drew me 2 cards. I mean, they can take the stock. They probably take the stock up. I get to redraw. We also have 2 reefs. Yep. I don't have any creatures in my bin, right? No. All right, what's your last card? Cool. I'm gonna mill them. Milled Cavaro, Riddler, Watergrave, Avros. I have less cards in my library than they do, but this will kill them before anything else happens. Milling me is crazy when they know about this Archmage's Charm, no? That's also probably a reason to mill myself. Alright, nobody pay attention to my really bad plays. Okay. Did they not collect with cover up? No, they did. They hit when they cast it, they hit stock up. And then they attacked with the Restless Reef and milled me. They're hitting their Quantum Riddler. Oh, I mean, I guess they get to draw 2 cards. That's crazy? Yeah. Yeah, it is a bit crazy. I agree. I'm also very surprised they didn't deceit. Like, bounce this, take. I mean, I think I'm not supposed to mill them. That was pretty loose of me. For sure. but whatever. This deck's wild, dude. The mirror for this is crazy. Cool. All right, chat. You want to do? I ain't the one, baby. Get him banned. You in chat says don't mill him. Get him banned. We don't do that here. Oh, I'm so good at Magic. I think... I mean, I can always just rip. This was the reason why I wanted to keep Winter Night Stories if I draw exactly Deceit, but I can also just cast the Deceit. I guess Stock Up's just a better card. I ain't the one, baby. I ain't the one, baby. You still got one of those packs you want? I have 2 left. 2 packs left. I like Swamp Pass. Yeah, I think it's probably for the best. What set is Insatiable Avarice from? That clap woke you up. Was it loud? Sorry. Until the Vivid Creature? Yeah, the Mythic's just strong, right? Schools in Toronto are pre-registered. That is so incredibly nice. Yeah. Yeah. Gonna save a lot of time. Oh, their hand sucks. But I have to take the Deshaunus still. I'm getting very punished for not tacticsing. But alright, well that's good for me, actually. Oh wait, did I know? I knew about the bat from the map? I knew about the bat. Then maybe I'm supposed to take the interference. I wasn't paying enough attention. Standard looked really great at the PT. Crush draft and do men standard still top, or in Kibler's case, kill standard and bomb draft. What a fun event. Yeah, I mean, I think standard in general is like usually pretty good. I think it looked really good, obviously, this time. But yeah, I mean, seemed good. I do think that the format for this PT or the meta for this PT made it look a lot more open than it actually is, and I think things will adjust, but I do think that, like, it's better than just having a bunch of Corey Steelcutter decks or whatever. I think the reality of the matter is that, like, this PT, the meta, like, there's actually a lot of Badgermole Cub decks still. They just, like, were very, like, beatable. You know? Do you think there's a Cabal player determined to pollute the Moto metagame with Dimir Midrange, no matter how poorly it continues to perform in high-level events? I have an opinion, and it's not a very nice opinion. And I will not share it because it will never come across nice. So, I think people just like the deck smile. Dimir midrange. Well, I mean, I don't know. I don't really have a rant about the deck, I guess. Like, obviously the deck's just not good, but, like, people are allowed to play bad decks or whatever. I actually want people to play more bad decks, but what do I know, you know? It's awkward. Beers for the poor people. Klaus is confirmed. No. I mean, I don't entirely. That's not entirely my stance, but it is something along those lines. Oh, they ripped the Kaido. How nice. Or are they just drawing a card? The deal 7 put me to 3. Yeah. Mask off one time. No. No. I can't go mask off. It's like I'm not big enough where going mask off is worth it, but also, like, there's just no point really. I think we're just dead. I mean, if they... Yeah, I mean... If they get greedy with this, might actually be able to sneak it through, but I think we are just dead. Give me back your points, Mr. Ginger. I don't know what you want me to rant about. What do you want me to say? These fucking blue-black players always playing shit decks and beating me when I make mistakes. I don't know. I think, like... I think that there are, like... How do I... Magic Online is a very unique place. And I think that a lot of people who are considered moto grinders... are going to play the same thing over and over again. Because it is the most cost effective. I think blue-black is a cheap deck. I think blue-black is a deck that'll beat up on a lot of bad players. And I think blue-black is a deck that, like, has cards that, like, won't... It's unlikely the deck becomes, quote-unquote, like, unplayably bad. I think it's terrible. I think when you play a 45% deck, similar to green-black midrange, if you play a deck that long, like, you're just hemorrhaging percentage points, but, like... I don't think it matters, is the thing. But don't most people have mana traders? I don't know. That is a very, very big assumption to make. So I don't know. The other thing is mana traders is not cheap, and there are limits to mana traders. Like, you can't rent more than 200 cards at once. So if you are someone who's playing a lot of Magic Online, double queuing, triple queuing, playing multiple formats, you can't rent 3 decks. I think that's how the majority of Moto players are able to keep up on Moto. I think you are somewhat correct, but also very incorrect at the same time. Because I'm not talking about Moto players. I'm talking about Moto grinders. Sure. Have we considered some Moto players just have real jobs? No, what's a real job? Keppa. Chippy Sticks! Thank you for resubscribing with Prime. I appreciate it. Everybody up getting chippy with their sticks? Anybody? Oi, bruv. Oi, you got any chippy with your sticks, yeah? Am I doing the British thing correctly? Am I doing a Britain? Oi, bruv. And all that, yeah? That's the worst Brit impersonation you've ever heard. That's not true. You've heard worse. Don't play with me. I ain't the one. Don't play with me. I mean, like a modern, there was shooting this 50% of the deck. It was so dominant. What's the difference with Dimir? I don't understand what you're asking. You also take all my points out of context and don't understand what I'm saying, and then go to other streamers and say things. So I don't even know if I want to answer you, Jund. You gonna play Spotlight this weekend? Yes, I am. There was a Jund that was 50% deck and it was dominant for a long time. What's the difference with Dimir? Well, do you actually not know the difference, or are you trolling me? I don't know. I don't know how to explain this. You're being for real. Yeah, Dimir is a much worse deck in its respective format. And the comment about Jund being a 50% deck is there like a reduction to explain info, not an actual like explanation of its win percentage. So when people say Jund is a 50% deck, they don't mean it like its win percentage was literally 50%. They're talking it being like a mid-range deck or something. The other thing is, if Jund is good at 50%, that's fine because the formats are different, right? Like, Dimir is not good at 50%. Like, it's just not a good deck. The like power level is like so much higher in the rest of the format. There's just like no reason to be some shitty 50% deck. Like, there's so many different reasons why it's different, and it all just comes down to like, it's a different format. There's so much more context. Let's discard 2 cards. This one. Play this. Play this. Alright. I don't need to draw more cards, and I don't really want to discard anything in my hand. I'm going to be jamming modern side events this weekend. You're still trying to figure out last few slots in your deck. If you were playing in the Toronto meta, are you jamming Moons or Ranger Captains in the main? Well, I really dislike Blood Moon. I mean, the Toronto meta, like, you're not gonna like, that shouldn't affect things that much, is like kind of part of it. the meta's not going to change that much. If you're planning on playing encampment, I'm not suggesting you do play encampment. Like some of the lists online are playing Blood Moons. Like you shouldn't play Blood Moon, for example, because that card is just like you'd prefer a mountain or something. Well, I guess it's the exact same thing if it's a mountain or because it's not your second planes, but it does make your mana base a little bit worse. I guess if it's like a fetch land instead of a mountain, it's probably worse because your fetch land can grab a white source. But I really dislike Blood Moon in energy. I understand why it's there, but I just think you don't need it. If you're worried about Amulet, I think there are other cards that are better. Or like as good, if not better. But also like, I don't know, Ranger Captain is kind of whatever also. Because Ranger Captain's really only good against Storm and Belcher. It's fine against like, I don't like it in the mirror. Blood Moon's kind of dead against Storm. It's kind of bad against Belcher. It's fine in other spots, but why didn't you kill the bat in response to the regular trigger in case they animated the land? Why would I do it in response to the Riddler trigger? Are you on Fables then? No, I'm not. If I were playing the deck, I would just, it could be Fable, it could be to gain 2 life. Okay, I could have blighted. I didn't see the blight, but there's no reason to do it in response. You get the card back. Like the bat has a card underneath it. That's why I didn't do it. I mean, you could play Fable too, but I don't have a strong opinion is the thing. Like I don't think that there's going to be a lot of combo decks you should worry about with Ranger Captain. I'm not too worried about Amulet. I think if you're like, I don't think the Toronto meta is going to specifically have a specific type of archetype. Like modern events in general are pretty open, and specifically side events too. Like if it was the main event, I would worry about it maybe a bit more, but it's unlikely that like things will deviate a lot for this event, or at least for the side events. I don't like Blood Moon just because I think it's really only good against Amulet, and even then it's like kind of spotty. My honest opinion and advice is just like make sure you have a reason to play the card and make sure your sideboard plans line up. What card actually matters right now, I think, is pretty marginal. Oh, the life link, the life. Yeah, I just missed the life gain, but there was a chance that they either animate the land or they flash in another creature that I might have wanted to kill. If for some reason I was killing something that didn't give me a card back when I killed it, I would have done it before I warped the Riddler, or I put the Riddler into play, but obviously that's not what happened. You think Vexing Bauble is good right now? No, I think that card sucks in energy. I think the only reason I would want Vexing Bauble is for like very specific aggressive combo decks like Neoform. There's just not a real reason to have it in your deck, I think. So they can replay the bat and take the triumph, but I can shoot the sheriff the bat. If they tap the deceit, if they don't tap the deceit, I get to attack. If they draw a card and find removal, I still just get to wrath their board. You rant about how even though you want to challenge where I got fourth, you feel inferior to me. Yeah. What? Even if I did like feel inferior to you, why would fourth in a challenge make me feel like it's a challenge? Why would that make me feel inferior? Let's just like figure out what way you want to kill your opponent. I choose is it a 4/4 with menace or time walk? I guess it's like all the same. Challenge is the most important element of human existence. Wow, not just like the signpost of how good you are at magic, but the most important element of human existence. You should write a philosophy paper on that, I think. That would do numbers. That'd be big. Next global conflict will be settled over Magic Online instead of violence. What? Magic Online is violence. Have you seen how lucky my opponents get? If that's not violence, like I don't know what is. Like it's fucking crazy. Magic the Gathering only appears once in the Epstein files. Does it actually? I've been seeing posts about the files. I know they've been released, right? I don't want to look at them, but I have no clue on how to look at them, and it's crazy that like some of them have been released. Like that's nuts. That shit's wild. I hope you're right because it feels like it's gonna be soon. Oh, global conflict? Yeah, I mean I don't want to get into it. Let's not. Your result may surprise you. It would be kind of crazy, wouldn't it? Be kind of wild. Bitter triumph. I mean, interesting. Very surprising. They took Bitter Triumph. I guess there's many ways to skin a cat. Why does your opponent have no cards and you have 30? I think they mulliganed. They mulled to 5. They mulled to 5. You have the cat. Meow 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 meow. Meow 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 meow. Gonna refund on the predict since they mulled to 5? What? No. I think. I guess if you draw exactly a discard spell for the Camaro, it's better to do it this way, but I think just... I guess this gives the 2/3 vigilance. I'm very surprised that they did not take the deceit that one turn. Because of, like, if they put a Soul Guide Lantern into play, it's a lot harder for me to win. I mean, I can still beat this Kaido, but I don't just get to go, like, discard your best card, kill your thing, discard your best card, put a 4/4 into play, you know? There might be something to this 4/4 Vindicate for 4 mana card. Seems pretty good. Seems pretty strong. Yeah, I'm just supposed to play it as a 4/6. Just jam it. Just put it into play as a 4/6. Not get fucking greedy with it. Ah, this is probably fine. Because if I find any removal... But if I find any removal, like, it's just better to... Weirdly greedy with it. Getting greedy with it. How long until MTG Goldfish starts whipping up ban talk? A few days before the American RC, I would say. Like a week from today? 2 weeks from today, maybe? Probably a good, fair time period. We'll all float on, okay. Use word from slide of hand. You think they keep? They're banning what's Kalen? Don't bans get announced Monday? Oh, then they should be starting the ban talk soon, right? The Boros 3-drop. You talking about ketamine? Is that his name? Kalen? Colin? Kiro? Kyrol? K-roll? K-hole. Yeah, one of those guys. I don't know why they. I mean, it's just so much worse than just activating here. When do you think they're gonna concede? Has to be soon, right? Aiming into attack here. Bro, you have 4 minutes on your clock. Like, please. They have outs? They have outs? And like, if they have cat in a duress. Disdainful Stroke. Why do you have Disdainful Stroke in your deck? Alright. Nice. We trophied. DJ, play the song. Last time I played this,